Good afternoon. Welcome back into Sports Intel. My name is Matt, and we return for another multi-sport Monday parlay. Today, we are focused on the NLCS Game 1 between the Braves and Dodgers, as well as the Monday Night Football game between the Chargers and Saints. Starting off in the MLB, we take a look at this baseball game, Game 1. Max Fried getting the start for the Braves, Walker Buehler getting the start for the Dodgers. Now, so far this season, despite some major injuries, Braves have been very good to me in the betting market. Be it head-to-head, hit their season win total over, and I do have them to win the pennant. Problem herein lies is that there's a bit of a roadblock, big roadblock. Los Angeles Dodgers, pretty good team, like a really good team. They led the league in a number of important metrics, including total wins. The Dodgers won 43 games in this shortened season, and while that's hard to put into context, consider that the Detroit Tigers last season in a full season only won 47 games, 4 more games. Also goes to show how bad the Tigers are, but I digress. Point is that while my faith in the Braves is not completely evaporated, it's taken a serious hit. Now, they have really impressed me in the playoffs, too. Guys like Max Fried, Ian Anderson, and more recently Kyle Wright has stepped up. This trio really got it done in the NLDS. They swept the Marlins in 3 relatively drama-free games. The Marlins were shut out twice, and they scored just 5 total runs in the series. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have been favorites to win the World Series since the end of last year, and even more of a lock to win the NL pennant. Now, the acquisition of Mookie Betts really put them over the top in terms of skill. Even though their World Series odds were about neck and neck with the Yankees, I think that we can all agree the Dodgers had a better overall roster, at least to start the season on paper. Let's not forget they also have David Price, who just decided not to play this season. The series will be played at Globe Life Field in Arlington, which is considered a neutral site, but I do think the Dodgers have a leg up here as they played the NLDS series there. So they haven't really had to travel, go anywhere. They've been at their new home field for a week or so now. LA has yet to lose a game this postseason as well, thanks to their combination of elite pitching and deadly hitting. Kershaw, Buehler, Dustin May, phenomenal all year, with the former being the biggest story for me. Kershaw, no doubt a future Hall of Famer, one of the best pitchers I think this game has ever seen, certainly the best that I've ever seen in my generation. But he's always struggled in the postseason with an 11-11 record and a 4.23 ERA. Seems like he might have figured it out, though. So far in 2 games this postseason, Kershaw 2-0, 1.93 ERA in 14 innings. And like I said, Game 1 tonight, Fried and Buehler will be facing off. Now, despite his odd stat line and it's only a single win in the season, Buehler finished the year very strong, has carried the momentum into the playoffs. Now, he's not exactly lights out in the playoffs. He's got a 3.38 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP, but the Dodgers have yet to lose a game that he started. On the flip side, Fried has seen his issues in this playoffs. He got knocked around by the Marlins of all teams last week, surrendering 4 runs in 4 innings. They still won, but not the most encouraging sign from the Braves ace heading into this very, very difficult series. And it should be noted that the Dodgers were also facing a tougher opponent, in my opinion, in the Padres, and they kept their bats in check for the most part. They did have to survive a few late-game heroics, but they did survive. So what would make me think that the Braves' offense can do that much better against this squad? Nothing, really, at the moment. Now, Buehler has not been dominant over the last few weeks, but he's still a stud. A few hiccups is not enough for me to just justify fading him. And after Fried's last starts, I want to see if he can bounce back before betting him at such a big underdog in such a big game. My only real concern here in taking the Dodgers is that Buehler has yet to throw more than 95 pitches in any game this season, and he's only pitched 8 innings in this postseason so far. But the Dodgers have a good bullpen. I expect them to be able to keep it together when Buehler makes his likely early exit. I'm not confident that the Braves series against the Marlins prepared them properly for this NLCS. It's a very sharp step up in competition, and let's be real. In a regular season, this Marlins team probably doesn't even make the playoffs. That seems like an obvious spot for me to back the Dodgers, especially at this price. Unibet right now is LA to win outright at -140, and as of this writing, that will be the first leg of our Monday night parlay. Next up, Monday Night Football, Chargers and Saints. Another Los Angeles team look to earn a big win Monday night when the Saints host the Chargers at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Hopefully this is a better game than last week's snooze fest between the Packers and Falcons. The game's so dull it might have caught Dan Quinn his job. Saints got back into the win column last week, even if it was against the Lions. And even if they did it by only 6 points, a win's a win, and the Saints really needed one after back-to-back losses to the Packers and the Raiders. Now, the Saints offense has the luxury of facing a Chargers defense that has really been decimated by injuries and is averaging 23.8 points per game. Ooh. Now, this is a perfect spot for the quarterback in Drew Brees to continue his upswing after last week's win over Detroit. He had a pretty good stat line, going 246 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Alvin Kamara chipped in, should have another big night. Last week went 83 yards and a touchdown, and Latavius Murray, 64 yards and a pair of touchdowns. The Chargers have proven they are pretty much incapable of stopping even a mediocre offense. They allowed the Buccaneers the biggest offensive day so far in the league this season, and they've also dropped 3 straight games since winning the opening week. The Chargers have been hemorrhaging yards, 401 average yards given up in their losses, and I don't see tonight being all that different. The Chargers have weapons to hang in on offense, maybe, but their defense is going to get shredded by Breeze, and I just can't be trusted. They can't be trusted to even sniff an upset. Take the Saints on the spread, currently at 7 at Unibet. A lot of places have it at 7.5, so jump on that. Minus 107, and watch New Orleans continue to cover for another week. As I mentioned a few times, we're getting our odds right now from Unibet today. We have a promo going on with them. Head on over to sportsintel.com/go/Unibet, and you can get a $30 free play, and you can get a $600 risk-free bet for tonight's games. So head on over there. And again, my name is Matt. I'll be back again soon for some more free picks right here at Sports Intel.